from English study program in third semester, and this video is my assignment about gerunds from our lecturer, Mem Sabrina Prihatini, at home. So, happy watching. Definition of gerunds. A gerund is a form of a verb that is a date with the letter ing and function as a noun or object of a verb. There is difference between the gerund and the present participle. Therefore, although they are similar or the same in form, they are very different in nature. To make you understand better, let's look at an example of sentences. This is. Let's read together. Painting is my hobby. In Indonesian, melukis adalah hobi. Next, I don't like smoking. Smoking. In Indonesian, aku tidak suka merokok. So guys, that's the example. Let's move to the next slide. Types of gerund. There are 3 types of gerunds. The types of gerunds are as mentioned in the next slide. Let's see. Yep, this is the types of gerund. Number 1 is subject of sentences. Number 2, subjective complement, and the last, objective complement. For that, I will give some example of each of these types of gerunds. Let's see. This is the types of gerund. Subject of sentence or subject kalimat, and the example is number 1. Let's read together. Smoking is not good for our health. Smoking. Next, singing is my hobby. Next, playing sport is necessary to keep our body healthy. And yes, this is the example of subject of sentence. Next, subjective complement. And this is the example of subjective complement. Let's read together. His hobby is reading. Reading. Next, my favorite sport is ice skating. Skating. Number 3 types of gerund is objective complement or pelengkap objek. The example of objective complement we can see. Let's read together. He enjoys bunting. Bunting. Next, she likes shopping. Shopping. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Use of gerunds. Based on the function, we can divide the use of gerunds, which means nouns, can be used as follows. First, as compound word. The use of gerund as compound words or modifier. And I will give you the table from gerund and the meaning in that. Let's see. Gerund, swimming pool, and the meaning is kolam renang. Next, reading book, and the meaning is buku bacaan. Swimming suit, the meaning is pakaian renang. Next, dining table is meja makan. Shopping bag, tas belanja. Living rooms, ruang tamu. Can you identify what the gerund? Let's move to the next slide. Gerund form. There are 2 kinds of gerund forms, namely the perfect gerund or gerund berbentuk perfect tense and the passive gerund, gerund berbentuk pasif. You want to know more details? Okay, listen to me. Next, number 1, the perfect gerund. There are 2 types of gerund perfect tense, namely present tense. For example, I put in the slides, you can see learning, walking, reading, driving, and the example of perfect tense. For example, is having learned, having read, having written, having walked. Next, the perfect gerunds form is usually used to express an event that occurred earlier than the other events that follow it. Example of sentences. In the next slide. He regrets not having taken my advice. Having. Next, I don't remember having ever promised you that. And the last example is she denied having been questioned by the police. And the next verb is the passive gerund. Gerund berbentuk pasif. There are two passive gerund verbs, namely present, like for example, being written, being asked, being eaten. And next is an example of perfect. For example, having been written, having been asked, having been eaten. So I will give you the full sentences example of passive gerund. And this is, let's read together. I remembered being taken to Australia when I was small. Next, most children enjoy being taken to the zoo. And last, she denied having been questioned by the police. So that's the example by perfect gerund and passive gerund. Can you identify it? That's all our material today. I hope you got it, and see ya in the next week. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.